Thank you for tuning in to the Phillip Show. My name is Danielle DeVita. I am a relationship and femininity coach, and I am a proud contributor. So I have a video I wanted to play for you today. A woman said that she wants a guy who is a boss because then he can better understand her rather than a 9-to-5. I'm going to go ahead and roll that clip.
What if your husband or whoever didn't aspire to be a boss and they said, I like my 80,000 a year job or 50,000 a year job. Like, I get fulfillment for this. I love what I do every day. I come home happy. I go to work happy. I want to go to work. What's the problem with that? He gotta want to be a boss.
I think me personally, for my husband, I wouldn't want a husband that way. But that's just me.
So you don't want a happy person. You would rather him want to be a boss and deal with a bunch of whatever that he don't even want to deal with than to love his job and go to work and say, I love my job
but
and come
that's what
home
I
to
would
you.
like. That's what I'm attracted to. That's what I want to see in a man. That don't have to be what she wants to see in a man. This is what makes it so amazing that it's somebody for
Why do he
everybody
need to
out
be a
here.
boss, though? What comes with being a boss that you feel like he just need to be that?
It's just a mentality for me. It's a mentality.
What mentality?
It's a mentality that a person has to have.
What's that mentality? What do you call that?
Because I don't think that anybody who works a job can understand the way I'ma operate as somebody who has my own business and understand the time and the dedication and the motivation and the requirement. Somebody who don't have that mentality, we not gonna be equally yoked.
So I think the word that she is looking for is a guy who aspires for greatness. And my belief is that you can aspire for greatness and still have a 9-to-5. There are plenty of men that I know that have worked a 9-to-5 and it was to fund their dream. And they're actually doing it now. They are either investors, they have their own business, they're doing so much more. So sometimes a 9-to-5 is so they can get the knowledge, so they can go out and do the very thing that they did on their job and replicate that in their own business. Or they do that while they're doing something they really want to do, and now that they have enough money, they can actually, stop their job and do that full time. And sometimes people love their job. It is their passion. They love what they do, but they are on someone else's time. Think about it. You could be an attorney at a huge law firm. You're still on someone else's time. You can be a pilot for Delta. You're still on someone else's time. Does that make you not aspiring for greatness because you don't go out and buy your own private jet? Does that make you not awesome because you don't have your own law firm? Does that make you not great? So a lot of times we overlook the great guys. We overlook the 9-to-5 guys. Even if they make good money, even if they make over $100,000, we overlook those guys because we think a 9-to-5 means you don't understand, what it is to be great. You're on someone else's time clock, so you don't understand me. So she used the term equally yoked. That's not what that term means. Someone could work a 9-to-5 and the other person could be a boss. That doesn't mean they're not equally yoked. Equally yoked is when someone is making sure that their beliefs, their values, and their faith system matches. I talk about this often in regards to your standards. You want to make sure your standards, your belief, your faith system matches. How you view relationships, how you view family, how you view life, how you view yourselves. All that is faith and standards and those types of beliefs. That's part of being equally yoked. But someone doesn't have to like the same music. Someone doesn't have to have the same kind of job. Someone doesn't have to both be a boss, have their own company to understand each other. A lot of people who work 9-to-5 can understand what it's like. A lot of people actually still have side jobs. They have side hustles. Why they still work a 9-to-5? They're doing their own business. They're doing these extra things. I mean, think about it. Even Phil said that prior to him doing this full time, he was still working. And then he moved over. So a lot of people are moving over into their dream. So a lot of times we overlook guys who are working 9-to-5 and say, oh, they're not aspiring for greatness. They're not doing this because they don't know what it's like. So not true. A lot of times you hear this about women who are in their 30s. They think since they've arrived, they know what it takes to be with a man. No, vetting is the issue why a lot of people aren't with the right man. And vetting does not have anything to, it doesn't say if a person works 9 to 5, they can't be a leader. It doesn't say that. You want to get someone who is aspiring for something out of life. They're not accepting mediocrity. But having a 9 to 5 doesn't dictate that they don't have the potential and the vision to be something greater in the future. A lot of times people are afraid to look at the potential of a person, but you have to look to see, what does that person want? Can you see that they have the potential to be great and do great? Or are you looking at the here and now? A lot of times we'll overlook people because we're looking at the here and now, and then we're like, oh, now they're great, but they're with someone else and not with me because you didn't want to build with them. You want them right then, right there. A lot of men, they're at their stride in their 40s and 50s, but we want men right there in their 30s. Do you know how long it takes to master a field? It takes over 10 years to do that. So if a man is in his 20s and he's just now in his 30s trying to master a field, you're saying you want him to already go out there. There's so many men that are working a job, learning all that he needs to do so he can go out and start that same type of firm or that same type of skill set as his own independent contractor. But we overlook these guys. We're on this hype that 9 to 5 ain't cutting it. We want dudes who are either doing things by illicit means or we want the top-notch guys, but we're not top-notch women. It takes far more than our beauty and our money to get those kind of guys. It starts with here. Get your mind right. And for some people, it may be here. Get your body right. Work on it. So a lot of times we think that we are there, but we're not. And we talk a good game, we say all the right words, but you're missing out on all the great guys. Vetting is the issue that a lot of people are having. Not that they're not finding guys who are aspiring for greatness, but vetting. Vetting is the issue. You're getting with guys who either look good, who are this tall, that tall, have this money right then and there, and that guy will leave you high and dry. A lot of women want dudes who are not doing 9 to 5 and they're getting their money through illicit means, and those same guys will have a baby with you, and now he's in jail. But you wanted that guy right then and there, but you weren't looking at the direction of the trajectory of where he was going based on the type of money he was getting and the lifestyle he had. So sometimes we need to stop looking at the lifestyle that we want and look at the person and what they're trying to build. If the person isn't trying to build or do anything great, then so be it. Now, I was with her when she was saying she wants someone to aspire and have that aspirations to do and be better. But he does not have to be a boss to do that and to understand you. All right, so I set my piece with that. So if you want to know more about my content, you can do so by going to @MrsDanielleDeVita on social media, or you can go to my website, MrsDanielleDeVita.com. Thank you for tuning in to the Phillip Scott Show. Take care.